Splatoon 3's 4.0 Sizzle Season update is full of all kinds of new updates and features that you might have missed. With so much information shared since the update was first announced, there's definitely a lot of additions which have gone more under the radar. We're not talking about massive things like the challenges and the new stages of course, but other sort of smaller updates that I think you'd really enjoy to learn about. Now that the update is live, we can see these for ourselves and actually try them out in the game, so I wanted to recap you on 8 new features and updates that you might have missed in the Sizzle season. Starting us off, we have a whole bunch of new badges which you're able to collect. Now with every new season, it has been pretty much the case where we have gotten new badges, an addition that I like a lot, especially as a collector. Some of these badges will be pretty darn hard to get, like ones for reaching level 999 in table turf battles. That's going to be a little bit tricky. And then of course we have other more standard ones like for the new weapons and for the new salmon run stage of course. So if you do happen to be a collector of badges, then you should definitely have a lot to work towards during the Sizzle season if you're even able to make it to that 999 turf war rank. Good luck to anyone out there who does decide to attempt this. Next, you'll actually be able to get more scales from big run events, which is a really great update that I'm so excited about. A big run tends to happen during the first month of every new season, so one will of course be happening in early June. And finally, you'll be able to get more fish scales than you usually would, which is just such a great update. It's one we've been asking for such a long time. Scales can feel really difficult sometimes, and there are so many rewards that you need to get, so it's not exactly been very easy to get your hands on some of them. So now there should be even more incentives to play Big Run, which is something I'm glad about. I cannot wait to play this Big Run that is coming up in June. It's going to be one of the most fun, I think. We just all have to make sure we take down a lot of bosses so we can get as many scales as we possibly can. I'm looking forward to it. Continuing on with the Salmon Run updates, a really exciting update is that so many of the weapons you can use have become so much more powerful. A lot of their damage has been increased a ton, which is fantastic to see. Certain weapons that might not have been as good before to use in Salmon Run have now become absolutely incredible, so this is just a massive update for those who play Salmon Run day to day. On screen, I'm showing you the full list of changes to each and every weapon in Salmon Run for this update. Hopefully this is a trend we'll continue to see because I think having these more powerful weapons is definitely a really good idea. I've been trying some of these out on the new Salmon Run stage, Jammin' Salmon Junction, which is a lot of fun in my opinion, and yeah, it's definitely noticeable the difference with some of these weapons. The Snipe Rider 5H in particular definitely feels like a massive upgrade, so that is so cool to see. Definitely let me know down in the comments section if there's any other weapons in Salmon Run that you think deserve some kind of boost. I'm sure there's a lot of potential in future updates for them to do even more of this, so I can't wait. Ending off with the Salmon Run portion of this video, another fantastic update is that you'll now be able to join extra work events solo. That means you'll no longer have to find a pool or join a team if you want to take part in extra work. I feel like this was not a good decision from the get-go, as it kind of forced a lot of people not to play this, especially a lot of people who didn't know about pools yet. So now that you can just access the event solo is a really great quality of life update. Nintendo did actually promise this a few updates ago, so it's good that they decided to finally come through with this, and I think playing the extra work events is going to be a lot of fun now going ahead. I personally didn't really take part in the last one that much. I wasn't too excited about it, even though we do have the amazing Splat channel pool, which I love so much. But I think now I'm definitely going to have to try some solo queue and try some games with the pool as well. There's just a lot of options, which I think is fantastic for a game like Splatoon 3, especially when these events are so limited time and you can miss out on them if you aren't properly prepared. Moving on, Table Turf got some good updates in the Sizzle season, which is great to see. Of course, in the previous update, we got the ability to play online, which was amazing, and they're basically just continuing to improve and build upon this. Like I mentioned with the badges, you can now reach rank 999 in Table Turf Battle, which is crazy, and something that I honestly don't think I'll ever do in this game. I'm honestly okay not reaching that rank, that's completely fine. So if you do want to do that, that is something you can do now. Although I'm not sure that you get many rewards for going that high, I guess you'll just have to see. Another thing is now you can actually see players' win streaks as well in the lobby, so that's a cool quality of life upgrade. I think that'd be cool to see in some other parts of Splatoon as well. Maybe that's just kind of the way they're testing it out in Table Turf. but it's definitely nice to see this mode in particular get some quality of life upgrades, as for a while it did feel a little bit ignored by Nintendo, so I'm glad that the mode is finally coming into its own and really getting a lot of improvements and new features. Okay, so this next one I have mentioned within videos before, but I had to mention it again because it is one of my absolute favorite updates, especially in terms of quality of life in the Sizzle season. Now, you'll be able to see your food and drink effects that are currently active when ordering new food or drinks at Grab & Go. This has been an update we've been waiting for so long. And yes, it's not a very big one, it's just a little icon in the bottom screen, but now you can clearly see what effects you already had if you haven't been keeping track of that. This is great because I hated the fact that you often had to go talk to the clerk, go select an option you wanted to have, just be told, nope, you've already got an effect going. So I'm glad that now I don't have to go through with that, I can just immediately see exactly what effects I already have. I think it'd be cool if they found a way to add in some new effects. I don't know exactly what they'd be. Maybe rather than having one just for experience, they could have one that's like triple or double catalog experience or something. I think that would be really cool to see, although I guess that is an incentive for some events. But yeah, glad to see this feature, and the lobby in particular, get so many great quality of life upgrades. One that a lot of people will have missed because Nintendo never officially announced this is the fact that Deep Cut actually got a pretty significant update. They got a ton of new dialogue, and a bunch of dialogue specifically related to the stages of the game. Now, this was something we kind of had in the past games with the idols, so it's not like the most exciting update out there, but it's great that Deep Cut has finally been brought up to the level of what we had in the past games, and I think Nintendo will probably only continue to improve upon their dialogue in future updates now that we have this dialogue. More variety is always a good thing in Splatoon 3. I know a lot of people tend to just skip their announcements since we can do that now in Splatoon after not being able to do it in the past games. But sometimes I do like to read in on them, especially if a special event is going on or there's a new stage or something. So it's great to hear now there is actually more of a reason to read what they have to say, if you feel like you've already heard pretty much everything they've already told you at this point. Finally, Nintendo has added 2 new color lock options to the game, which is great to see. So if this is an option that you need to use, then now you will be able to do so. And so on screen, I'm showing you the options which are now available. Interestingly, I believe it's the first time that they've actually given a name to just regular matches where you've got 2 ink colors. It is called Bicolor Battle, which does make a lot of sense given the other is Tricolor Battle, although like I said, I don't think they've ever said this name before anywhere else, so if you were interested, that now has an official name, which is cool to see. So yeah, this option is available if you need to use it. Definitely check out the 2 options and see which one would be better for you. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look through these 8 updates and changes that you can enjoy throughout the Sizzle season. Of course, there are so many more, and I have a whole bunch of different videos going over everything you need to know about the season, and plenty more still to come. So if you made it to the end, be sure to comment Splat Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for more. I'm trying to hit 30k subscribers before the end of the year.